Right, welcome back. Can we stop this as well? Thank you very much indeed. Welcome back to the only 3-hour live TV show on British television and around the world, the James Whale Show with the scruffy one beside me. Let me just tell you, this is not my idea. Sometimes I have to give in to the producer because the producers are given authority very now and then. They've invited this rather disgusting guy in the studio. I don't like him. I don't want him here. And but I'm going to try and do a serious, sensible interview because I'd like to find out exactly the point of their existence. So this is Tim Spears. He's a climate protester. We talked to him. When I've stopped talking and asked you a question, you can reply. Sure. If you carry on like this, you can just bugger off, okay? The fact is that, were they responsible for this suit thing? Was that why you've put those
No,
down?
that's oil people. You're not the Just Stop Oil.
No, but you did have some stupid
okay, fine.
It gets confusing with this suit.
I didn't personally. I agree with it.
He agrees with it.
I completely agree with it.
The whole thing, all this Just Stop Oil, this Extinction Rebellion, this...
Lost Insulate Britain.
All these, they're complete and utter useless people in my view.
2 months.
Not long enough.
You didn't learn your lesson.
So, what I've got you in here for, Tim, well, I haven't got you in here, the producer has, because I want you to explain to me, calmly, okay, what you think you're going to achieve. Now that you have actually put everybody back up, and the majority of people will agree with me that we don't give a stuff about, what was it?
Well, they did it in Harrods, didn't they, and all that today? They threw milk
Waitrose.
They didn't do that
today. Yes,
all over the place.
Waitrose.
Today as well.
All over the place.
Fortnum and Mason
Everywhere.
again.
No, it was Waitrose today.
Hang on.
Loads of shops.
Don't you two talk. I want to hear from you,
Thank you
as to what you think you're going to achieve.
Well, I got on the show, and then while I'm on the show, I can basically say it's morally unacceptable to profit from the destruction of our only home, and it's morally unacceptable to profit from the exploitation of someone else, regardless of their species, human or non-human. It's that simple.
That's it.
Yes.
And who actually... that's your point of view. Free country. You are allowed to have it, and I'm just demonstrating it's a free country by inviting you in here.
Thank you for having me.
But do you really think this, Roll VT, is going to actually help your cause? Because, quite frankly...
It's your cause as well. If you live on planet Earth, it's your cause as well.
Fine. You talk rubbish.
Your
just
cause.
Watch this.
Oh, I can't.
Doing this to this piece of historic art, and sitting there like that, you just look like a complete frigging moron.
Gee, that's an ad hominem. That's an ad hominem fallacy, James. That's not an argument.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, fair enough. That does not surprise me in the slightest.
I don't really care. Because
you don't
you're
care?
not... No, I don't care.
James, come on, man. Do you not care?
What I care about is that you think you have the right to dictate to other people that you're right.
That's you, actually.
No. You think you have the... You have the call. What are you doing? I'm trying to do an interview.
He's stumbling over his words now.
I'm not stumbling over my words. I'm angry.
I bought it. It's my suit.
I bought. So it's a plastic cover.
I didn't
So
hear
the
what you
Van
said.
Gogh picture has a plastic cover over it. So you're basically getting worried about a plastic cover instead of the annihilation of all life on Earth.
That's a historical masterpiece, and it's so disrespectful.
Yeah, and it
beyond
wipes off.
words.
Literally,
And
wipe off. No problem.
I'm trying
whatsoever. It's
to
really
do
easy.
a sensible, serious interview with
It's
a man
satirical show, James. Come on, don't be silly.
represents.
I'm gonna have some
I forgot how good this is.
I'm gonna have some
Fair
too.
enough. You have some. All have some. I don't want any. Thank you.
Okay. So you think... Quiet, both of you. Eat your soup and shut up like good children. Now, you think...
She's got some on my
I've got it on my shirt.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
You think that is going to encourage people to actually agree with your cause.
So you've made
That's
one
what you
mistake
think.
there. It's not just my cause. It's everyone's cause.
No,
if
it's
you
not
live on planet
everyone's.
Earth, it's your cause as
I'm
well.
sorry, but that's
And
your
also,
opinion, not mine,
So you're
and not
interrupting
lots
me,
of other
James.
people.
If you've got me on the show just to interrupt
You've already
me,
said that. You're repeating the same thing.
It's a masterpiece.
But hold on, can I just say, you are confusing your causes. You've got an animal one, you've got the... And shouldn't you just focus on one? Because people won't know what you're doing.
Why
You've got
art?
a cow on your shirt.
Why throw it over art? Can I ask you why you chose to throw it over a Van Gogh masterpiece? Why art? What was your reasoning?
because it gets attention. Basically, the world is boiling out of control. Like, was it roughly 100 species go extinct every single day? So 10,000 a year.
How many? Do you not understand
So
that's what happens?
you just interrupt me again.
No, but
James.
you're going on
How are you
trotting
going to
this
learn
out.
if you do keep interrupting
Don't
me?
patronise me. You're very close to the
I'm
frigging
learning
door.
from you. I learn from you. You're the best. I learn from the best.
You're very close to the door. What you say, you have the right to say.
Thank you.
You do not have the right to say your view is more important to all the rest of the people.
We're talking about the annihilation of all life on Earth, James.
We're not annihilating all life on Earth.
I'm going to ask you about it, because we had one of your colleagues on last week who didn't know any facts at all. So if you compare us to what goes on, you know, with China, India, we've got 1% carbon emissions, 1%.
1%'s 1%. They're still
Next
responsible
to
for 1%.
China.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go to China, you can protest in China. I'm
but
happy. I'm happy protesting here in the UK.
Shouldn't you put your efforts into trying to convince them to do something to change?
Well, I can only focus on the country that I live in. I can only focus on the country. Yeah, it's like 1% is still 1%. And also, we export loads of stuff to China. We buy loads of things from China and responsibility.
Why don't you go to China and do it?
We said we literally. Are you not listening?
No, I'm having a soup.
No, listen to
I can't eat soup and listen.
All we're saying, okay, Mr. Spears, all we're saying is that you have that point of view. A lot of people don't share it with you.
Well, Harvard,
say
Oxford, Cambridge, NASA, all these universities, all these literally brightest minds studying anthropogenic climate change are saying...
We don't even know what that means. We don't even know
How is it 1% going... Why don't you convince the rest of the world, like China, India, America? Why don't you put your energy
I live here.
into that?
I live in this country.
Trying to destroy a masterpiece, artwork.
It's a plastic cover. It had a plastic cover over it. It wasn't destroyed in the slightest. You can literally just wipe it.
Fine. Right, forget that.
It's gone.
What you're doing is alienating people. I'm trying to have a sensible conversation.
James.
You're alienating people by doing this, by going on, we're going to say, we're going to save the planet.
The movement grows every day.
What?
The movement, Just Stop Oil, growing, like numbers joining.
Doesn't.
Animal Rebellion, the numbers are growing every single day.
It doesn't. You get a few old gits out there.
Well, let's talk about the animal bit instead of the environment. What's your views on the animal? Because you sort of agree, don't you, a bit? Because you love animals and all that.
Yes, of course I love animals.
But you like eating them as well.
I love eating them, but as long as they're looked after the right way.
He feels bad, though, about it.
And I'm not going to go into that now, because the way they are behaving, is going to make a huge mess.
You should use the ballot box.
Yeah, but you're losing all support. Everyone thinks you're a moron. I'm sorry, they think you're a moron.
Listen,
move close to the mic.
Guys, can you two shut up a minute? This is just getting confusing.
It's absolute golden, mate. Absolute golden.
You're taking the mickey out of my friend, stop it.
I can't help it. He brings the best out of me.
Right, last bit before we stop this.
Oh, come
before
on.
I end up tipping on flipping...
Are we staying on all day? I'll stay on all day for you, James.
Before I tip soup all over you, and that you'd love that. That would make all the papers.
That would make the papers. Come on.
Going back to the Big Brother house, I did that to that pillock in the Big Brother house with coffee,
but you regretted it because it was nice coffee. And
it was nice coffee. I regretted it afterwards. And it kept me in the Big Brother house for 5 weeks, so I didn't like it at all. You made a point of view. I don't agree with it, and a lot of scientists don't. And the reason they don't is
minds studying it agree with
it. David Bellamy didn't.
Yeah.
Who's that?
And
David Bellamy.
Who's that?
The footballer. David Bellamy. Do you not know who David Bellamy is?
Take him out. Take him out.
Where am I going?
I've had enough now.
Had enough. He's had enough of truth. Too much truth and logic for him. Too much truth and logic for James.
You're making a mockery out of a serious...
No, this is a satirical show, James. This is ridiculous. We're in a cost of living crisis. No wonder we're in a cost of living crisis, because of billionaires spending money on this sort of building.
We are not
in this sort of studio. It's totally ridiculous.
When did you last get
about 6 years ago.
I will go. I'm not going anywhere. You will go, and he will go, and you will go.
Now listen. You thought allow people on. I heard you outside saying you allow people on.
Shut up and listen. You've not done it yet.
No.
Okay.
What have you got to say? Let us know.
I've got to the stage where I'm so frigging fed up at the moment.
Oh, no.
And if I do lose my temper, I will end up probably in prison.
Oh, dear.
Except
want that.
Except we have such a useless...
You wouldn't survive. You would not last in there, James.
Let's have a 5-minute sensible discussion.
No, he really...
You'll be very disrespectful to my friend.
Would you just shush a minute? You butt in the whole time.
You're calling people morons all the time.
But you are a moron.
But that's an ad hominem.
That's an ad hominem.
He does that anyway.
Will you just...
You know what a logical fallacy is, James?
Will you just listen and answer the question?
Okay, sure.
You see the door?
Yeah.
Use it. Bugger off.
No,
yeah. I've had enough. Because we could have had a sensible, serious conversation. You are unable to do it.
This is round 3.
Let's have 5 minutes. Everyone quiet and go on, ask a question.
I've been knocked out
every single time I ask you a question, you go in, oh, well, these mice... There are always, through time, everything dies out. Everything has its time and moves on.
The universe will be here, like,
mankind will die out eventually.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs died out.
Yeah.
Died out.
Yeah.
Species die out.
Yeah.
New species come along.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. You preach all this rubbish. Oh, we're going to save the planet. You're not going to save the planet. The planet will save itself if it is the time to do it.
Well, yeah, it's fighting back. It's fighting back against us
Then
because of the
stop
CO2
behaving the way
I
you
can't
are.
because you are spewing the narrative of billionaires. You're a puppet master for Rupert Murdoch, mate. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, no wonder we are in a cost of living crisis. No wonder there's homeless people because of this building. Like, billionaires are spending money.
Do you know, if it wasn't for people like me, people like you wouldn't even get
promoting divide
heard.
and hate. You're promoting divide and conquer.
I am trying to bring
I
a little
want sustainability, James. My two demands are
I want a little bit of
sustainability
common
and
sense.
equality. That's all I want. Sustainability
talk
and equality.
rubbish.
That's all I want. Sustainability and equality.
Yeah. Well,
That's it.
people don't agree with you.
You don't want sustainability
The majority
and equality.
of people don't agree with you.
You don't want that.
The electric car is a waste of space, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. If 7 billion
it's a
people can't have
complete-
an electric car, then we shouldn't bother with them, should
Well,
it?
in a
We should
rural
only have
area,
something
there's
if we can all have it. So if we can't all have electric cars, there's no electric cars, is it? We need a radical transformation
We
of
are
everything.
not going to get it. If you think that's what we need, then put yourself up as a political party and go to the next election.
So do you know how the women
and
won
we
the
will
right
see
to
it.
vote? Like the suffragettes, do you know what they did?
But they didn't have the vote. You have the right to vote.
No, animals don't have their right. It's literally
Well,
legal
go
to
and vote
profit from
for
the
the animals.
exploitation of others. It's literally legal to profit from the destruction of our only home.
Go and set up a political party.
All right. Well,
in that
yeah,
case,
vote
you're
for me.
preaching
Vote for
revolution.
me. I'll run for.
The suffragettes didn't have a
Take me up
ballot
against Liz
box.
Truss. I'll put me up against Liz Truss. I will
She'll be
absolutely
gone by that
destroy
time.
her in a debate.
She'll be
No,
gone
you
by
won't.
Yes, I
because
would.
you're not destroying anything. You're not
If
debating.
anyone wants to actually have a proper
You're shouting.
conversation, Tim Talks on YouTube. I'll have anyone
Could
on my
you
show.
just remove him
I'll
now
have
because I've
anyone
had
on my
enough,
show.
guys,
Tim Talks,
and I'm
YouTube.
serious. I don't give a stuff. Get rid of him now.
Seize him.
Okay, you want him on?
Take him away.
James,
Can I
you've
just
got to
say,
give him
though,
chance.
when
You've got to
you
give him
speak
chance.
I can't give him any more chance. I'm not walking out, by the way.
He hasn't had his say yet.
He's had his say, Chuck. He's had his say.
Is there anything
And
more
unless Chuck, as a man who has reached his dotage, me, okay, and as a bloke who's a pillock and a prat, I've given him his chance.
An ad hominem.
I have had enough of sitting in the
Ad
studio.
hominem.
He also smells, and I don't see why I should actually sit in the same room with a man who has terrible
That's probably
BO.
the tomato
That's me,
soup. Oh, that's
that
Ash.
is. Yeah,
That's Ash.
Oh yes, Ash. I'm not going to make humour of this. It's not funny. I've given the man the chance. The majority of people agree with me. The phone lines are going like mad.
Give
and when
him
he's
one
got
last
rid of
chance.
one last chance to do what?
Why did they pick soup?
Yeah, why did you pick
Because of
tomato
the
soup?
animals.
I didn't
not
choose it.
him.
I didn't choose it.
He wouldn't have picked soup.
Why
But you
did
supported
What would you have
they did.
picked?
I support. What would
It's
I
a
choose?
ridiculous question.
Yogurt,
Why did they
porridge.
choose soup?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
actually.
sorry. Campbell's paying us for this.
It's
If
Heinz.
Campbell's are
Heinz.
Heinz.
Oh,
Well, why
sorry.
did the girl choose feces
Heinz
that
paying
were
us for
over
this.
cats?
I
don't know.
Other soup is available.
I don't know.
Why did you agree
Other
with what you
soup's
did to
available. It's very
Captain
nice.
Scott?
Yeah, but it's not as good, is
Well, I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
like,
I
it's
might
not
have
something
a-
I would personally do, to be perfectly honest. But like,
Let's give him a minute. Let's give him
One
a
more
minute
minute.
to
Well, let's
say.
answer the question.
A
No,
minute.
I just said,
Right.
did he agree
Just-
with what happened
yeah,
with
just a
Captain
minute.
Tom's
Yeah, well,
memorial statue?
I
He didn't
did-
agree with it.
No, I didn't say that. You're putting words. That's a
said
straw
you
man
didn't agree.
fallacy. You're putting words in my mouth.
Did you agree with it or not?
I mean, I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't personally do that myself. Right? That's basically.
But he
that's
didn't
my
agree with
answer.
it. Good.
So you
Well,
didn't
thank
agree with
goodness
it.
for that.
Yeah.
I
So
wouldn't personally do it. I'm not gonna
I'm not putting
disagree
anything
with
in your
them.
mouth, am I?
Okay, let me put it this way.
wouldn't do it.
All right. On Thursday, I can't remember when it was. On Thursday, on Thursday, I had to go and have my chemotherapy. I have cancer. I don't want any sympathy. I'm absolutely fine with it. And we got stuck in a little bit of traffic caused by some of the morons that support you. Luckily, we moved them out of the way. If I had missed my chemotherapy, it would have caused me quite a few problems. Other people, because of what you were doing, may well have missed it. I don't know. Do you not have any feelings for them? And what about people who may well have been in need of serious medical treatment that guys sitting on the road gluing themselves and our useless police, because you are useless. They should be ripped off the road and thrown away. Don't you have any feelings for those people at all?
Yeah, of course I do. I have a total... it breaks my heart. It genuinely breaks my
But
heart.
if they die, you're all right with that. They're in an
interrupted-
ambulance.
You just said you're going to give me a minute,
Yeah, go on.
Ash.
I've not said. Will you shut up? I've asked already. I'm apologising. He's on
you're
something
saying-
that's making him
So
funny.
yeah, I genuinely would like to make a massive apology to anyone that we've disrupted. I absolutely hate it. I genuinely hate it. It made me sick going out on the motorway for Insulate Britain. But like, I kept on doing it because we have a government that it prefers private wealth and profit over sustainability and equality. We are literally being run by sociopaths who only care about the British establishment and upholding the British establishment's values.
But you talk rubbish. You're like a communist. You talk
No, I don't.
rubbish. If you knew how some of the wealthy people in this country who strive to do good, and who've created jobs and created all kinds of things for people, worked hard to do it, you're a waster, mate.
Well, so
you're a waster.
So the
you
energy,
sit on the road.
energy doesn't need
You
to be
do
in
nothing.
private,
You're
the private
negative.
sector. So profit is theft. If you're exploiting
Get
someone
out
else's
of my
labour,
studio now.
if you-
Get out of my studio
If you're,
now.
Go on, Chuck.
If you
Get out of my studio now.
By some ideology which is
stealing
rubbish.
money from someone
Cuff him
else's
and stuff
labour,
him.
you're stealing
Ash.
their money.
Please don't
Anyway,
hurt
take
any
care.
masterpieces again.
Take care, all.
And-
Lovely to speak.
Go on now.
Do you want some soup? Do you want some
Out.
Heinz soup?
Yeah, do you want a can of soup?
No, better not give him any soup.
Throw it.
Wailing, we're going to break. Let's go to break. Go to break.
Get the microwave.